content because it is so juicy. It is so good. And if you were like me a little over 2 years ago, you were sitting on this sort of threshold of perhaps you were in a 9-to-5 job and you were wondering, hey, what is there out there? What is there that's different than this? Is there any way that I could have a job off of being my own brand? And I'm here to tell you, yes, 100%. If you're with an MLM company or you are simply representing yourself and you're going on this branding journey, you are going to want to hear this content. If you haven't met me yet, my name is Shauna, aka the Bohemian Blonde. I have had wildly success with my creation of my brand over the last 2 years, and especially in these last 2 months. And I'm so excited to bring this content to you guys. So if you're just getting started and you're trying to figure out, hey, what is my brand? I encourage you to really think back to a pivotal time in your life where you became the teacher. And so what I want to share with you tonight is a little story. Perhaps you've heard it before, but I just want to take you back to a portion of my life when I had graduated college. I graduated college with a marketing degree, and I was doing what everyone did. I went to school, I got my degree, I figured out a major that I wanted to go in, and I graduated. I had a marketing degree, I went directly into a marketing company, and I was in the first week of orientation, the very first week. And I was sitting down looking at this massive orientation binder, and I was having this really weird feeling of not being connected. I felt like the place wasn't right for me. I felt like I had made the wrong decision. The whole process of the day-to-day just didn't feel right. And I sat in this moment surrounded by my new boss, surrounded by all my colleagues, and I started to feel this massive panic attack rising. I felt it through my stomach, up into my chest, and I had just this horrible panic attack. And I remember sitting there feeling like I couldn't breathe, and people were asking me, are you okay? And my face flushed bright red, and I remember thinking, well, you can't run out of this. You have to be here. And I sat in that moment, and I took deep breaths. I breathed through it, sweating. It was so embarrassing, one of the most embarrassing moments of my entire life. And I went home that night. I drove home to my tiny little 1-bedroom apartment, got into the place, dark room, and I collapsed in the middle of the living room floor. At that time, I reached to my laptop and I opened my very own meditation practice that night. I researched online how to cope with anxiety, and it kept coming up and coming up and coming up. And at that time was my first experience ever with meditation. I became very excited about the process because my complete being had changed at that point once I figured out how to do meditation, how to calm my mind, how to deal with panic, how to deal with stress and anxiety. And so meditation became part of my life for the next 7 years. And I'm super proud today to say that I am a meditation teacher. I do teach clients one-on-one and in group settings. Meditation is a huge component of the Bohemian Blonde, which is my brand. And that is something too, that when you're looking to master your brand and to step into your brand, I challenge you to think back to those times in your life where you became the teacher. It could be something like weight loss. If you lost a lot of weight, maybe it's a mom that had a baby and then you lost the baby weight. It could be different scenarios in your life where you found your dream job, where you mastered different mindful techniques. Maybe you went vegan, different things like that. What have you learned along the way that speak to you in incredible ways that you can teach other people? That is your brand. When you start to think about how can I make this work? What is the next thing? When you really step into those moments in your life where you became the teacher is when that becomes part of your brand. So I encourage you to think about that tonight. Grab a pen and paper, start writing out those ideas in your life. What are the moments that you became the teacher? And here's the kicker. If you can talk about it for like 2 hours straight without taking a breath, you know you're onto something. So thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm super excited to be delivering more videos like this. This is the official Boho Branding TV episode. I look forward to doing more of them. You can find all of these housed over at thebohemianblonde.com. And coming this January, I'm so excited, is official Boho Branding School, where I will be teaching you the nitty-gritty basics of how to have your brand and make it a monetizing one so that you can live fully in this life that you are supposed to live. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful night. Bye.